Sometime in the 2020s, three geeks from social media formed an alliance to bring you geek news from across the Nostalgiaverse. They are Jacob's Toys, SuperSorrell, Ryan Speaks Geek, bringing you a weekly live show, toy, TV and movie reviews, special guests, opinions, tangents, and bad impressions, reveals, releases, thoughts, maybe dreams. Now prepare for the Geek Week in Review.
Bro, what an intro! Fucking amazing. I love it. I love that intro. Guys, I'm sorry we're late. It's totally my fault. I take full responsibility, and I'm going to blame my wife because we were at a barbecue, and you know what wives are like. They go and do the circuit once, and then the circuit twice, and then again, and then I'm looking at my watch, and I'm like, come on. And then people starting to me. Oh, it's just, so I do apologize. I literally just ran in the door, ran into the room, booted up, and just, yeah, so massive apologies. Episode 101. Episode 101. Must admit, right?
Episode 101.
Nearly 2 years, and I've never been late. So, you know, I think that's right. But yeah, there we go. Episode 101. Thank you very much for tuning in. geekweekinreview.co.uk for obviously all the follows. With me, Jacob's Toys, of course, the one and only wonderful SuperSorrell, and our good friend Hinge. Ryan Speaks Geek. Hey,
that guy's been on time 2 weeks in a row. You mean that should be my new intro?
Yeah.
When he does turn up, at least he turns up on time. That's going to be my new intro.
That's it. Obviously, in the chat. Hello, everybody in the chat. I see there's loads of people chatting before we went live. Wasn't a market employee at all, but hey, it worked. So, Geek Week in Review coming to you live 9:30. Really nice.
Professor's assistant, Ryan Speaks Geek. When did I become Professor's assistant?
Professor's assistant.
Yeah, Joby Wan's like demoted me to an assistant.
Professor SuperSorrell Jacobs.
Look, I know I look like Professor Bunsen, all right, but at least give me a full academic title.
Mate, like a glorified sound tech.
When did we become scientists?
This is the problem. Like, because even my wife says I look like Professor Bunsen, so it's like this isn't helping.
We have got loads to talk about this week. There's loads to talk about. Where do we want to kick it off? Where are we going to start it?
Well, unfortunately, because of Jake's late, we're out of time, so we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Remember, keep it geek.
Yeah. Do we keep losing Jacob? Are you get a bit lag there, boy?
Did anybody in the chat? I think I probably am because I was running late, so there probably is a bit of lag. I've got to ask as well. Did anyone notice our little cameo at the end of the outro last week? The fact that the outro ran out and we're all still sat there looking at the screen.
That was
good.
Funny, that.
I was really worried that, thank God I wasn't doing anything too untoward.
Yeah. What are we gonna start with this week?
I've just shared something, and I think we've got to start there because it's the most funniest thing on the planet.
What does it fall under?
Gladiators.
Oh, okay.
Have we got a nostalgia one then?
No, it's better. It's the new ones. Come on, it's the new ones, and this is
Gladiators 2, Electric Boogaloo.
So we've got Apollo,
please tell me
Dynamite,
Wolf is still in it.
Saber, Diamond, Nitro, Fire, Legend, Giant, Fury, and Steel. And you know what the best part about this announcement is?
Cool.
Because we're in an age of social media. Back in the day when Wolf was on the screens, Hunter, Trojan, you didn't know them as anything other than Wolf, Hunter, Trojan because social media didn't exist, did it? So
I still only know Wolf as Wolf.
These gladiators have all got their own Instagrams, and so they don't seem as for me. It doesn't seem as intimidating when it's AKA the Giant has got his own. Look. Ooh, yeah, do you 10XL?
Oh. That dude is massive, though.
He is huge. He's called the Giant. And half of
If
them in
Wolf
America.
doesn't make a
Those
cameo, I will be
Americans.
very upset though. Oh, is it American Gladiators?
No,
Wolf could,
it's on BBC. It's on BBC, but half of them are American. There's only a few British ones.
Wolf could take over the. What was the name of the geezer that did the whistle? The old guy.
Oh, you will go on my first whistle.
Gladiator,
Yeah, that could be Wolf now.
ready.
Brian Connolly did a great parody video of that one back in the day, back in the 90s.
Did he?
Yeah, Dangerous Brian. Oh, and he even had Wolf in it, actually, now that I think about it.
Not surprised.
Sorry, I love Nosking Jedi's comment. Giant looks like he eats hot dogs from the middle outwards.
Oh.
But yeah,
That's
I thought that was funny. I thought that was a little funny starter point because it's like half of them have got their own Instagrams. They're all wannabe celebrities. It's funny.
Mika's thrown a comment up as well. Is Jet in it? Now,
No.
I got to admit something, right? Jet was my 90s crush with her. I think she was for most people. But in Essex, we got Southend. Like a lot of people probably know about Southend and Southend Seafront. It's got one of the largest
Now that
piers
Dwayne
in
Johnson's
the UK.
potentially buying the football club.
Who is?
Dwayne Johnson might be buying Southend Football Club.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. He's just jumping on the Ryan Reynolds with Wrexham and everything. Like we're just going to get a load of Hollywood stars now buying like.
Every time
Small
you
town
walk into
football
Adventure
club.
Island now, it's going to go, who can you smell?
But when they opened it up, they had a big relaunch and they opened it up and there was 2 gladiators there, like opening it up, and one of them was Jet. And I queued up for ages to get like my photo taken with her, and like she kissed me on the cheek, and I genuinely could have died then happy. It's like Jet.
Please
Jet
tell me
kissed
this
me.
really cheesy photo of you going like this. Like next
No,
to Jet.
You know what? This is where I'm a bit jealous of my kids, kind of growing up in the age of social media and stuff, because I don't know where the photo is. It did happen, I promise. Jet did kiss me. But yeah,
I went to a convention up north recently, and it was funny because they had like a couple of gladiators there, like Hunter or something, or Trojan, one of them, and then like one of the girl ones, and they look nothing like now. It's so sad. They're just old people with pains now.
Sorrel, I don't even look the same as I did when we started this show. Like we all change, we all age. Like
except me. Apparently, one night I just woke up bald and with a beard, and basically, at some point, gravity did something to my hair where it fell out the bottom of my face rather than the top of my head, and then I've stayed exactly the same since.
Yeah.
Speaking of changes, though, can we just talk about the fact that the Wookiees had a shave?
Yeah, I had to tackle the
Yeah.
grey beard. It was getting a bit too grey. I had to hack it and deal with it.
Our new intros, our new cartoon intros were already out of date because you don't look anything like it.
It'll grow back. I'll still get my little spikes back in a few weeks.
There you go. That's
I'm not angry, I'm just
Right,
disappointed.
what are we talking about? Where are we going?
We start with the Nick Cage news that Ash shared earlier to do some video games.
Yeah. We ain't got a title card for that.
I haven't got a title card for that.
Okay,
There's
just
a
imagine
couple
it's here, people. Video games.
There's a couple of Nick Cage storylines this week in the news, isn't there?
That's right.
Yes.
Because he stole the Declaration of Independence.
We don't do spoilers on this show, though, do we?
Oh,
While you're loading it up, though, while I'm loading it up, I'm going to just make all of the inbox collectors cry, because look what I've started to do to my 3 3/4 inch boxes. Ooh,
Oh, convert to the trading cards.
looks nice. though.
yeah. And ironically, on the back, their heads are always in it. But annoyingly,
Now, do you think that was
has
planned?
little- No, because look, if you look on it, you can see the box where the clamshell was. But I must admit, the cards look good. They look really nice as trading. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed that things like Ghost Rider didn't have one. Just kind of makes
Is there
it
not one
an
on the box?
incomplete collection. No, it's like an oversized picture of the figure.
Oh, that's a shame. Should have been consistent.
Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight.
I don't like daylight.
But everyone was saying originally, oh, it's Nick Cage from Wonka's Willy, what do they call that Willy Wonderland thing? But it's just Nick Cage. The thing just says that Nick Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight. They don't say any of his character names. It's just Nick Cage.
Maybe there'll be an unlockable where it's Nicky Cage from like the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where he's got his long hair and everything.
That would be funny to have unlockables, to have different versions of him, did different
Every
characters.
time he kills something, Nick fucking Cage.
I need to watch that film again. I was talking about that earlier.
I just need him to go. I just need him to go. The bees,
not the bees.
So is this the version? Is this the version of him from this Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff?
No,
That way
it's just Nick Cage. It's just Nicolas Cage.
Like most things, it's just Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage.
It makes
I
zero
would
sense,
like
but it's
to now
funny.
see a trend. I would like to now see a online trend of Nicolas Cage DLC for every game out there, like Spider-Man, Nicolas Cage DLC, Mortal Kombat, Nicolas Cage DLC. Like, just put Nick Cage in every single.
Spider-Man, you could have
computer game
Spider-Man Noir, though, 'cause
as
that one's
DLC.
actually quite doable.
That would work. That'd work. But can you imagine him in Mortal Kombat or something like that? Like his finishing move, the bees.
A, B, C, D, E. Death by alphabet.
Yeah,
I
put
love
Nick
Nick
Cage
Cage.
as DLC in all computer games. Make it happen. I'm gonna start a protest.
I don't know about you, but I just want a fatality.
I love Nick Cage. I love Nick Cage.
That's right.
Now, while we're on the subject of this glorious fellow, without going into spoilers, have we all heard the same spoiler?
I'm guessing so. We all commented on it.
We've all heard the same spoiler. Yes, with a capital S.
Yeah.
Yes, with the capital S. And the thing is, normally I avoid spoilers, but you know how I saw it? The algorithm, when I opened my internet, it was just a news story, and I was like, son of a bitch. This is the problem.
I
being
saw
a
it
geek
because
sometimes.
I just saw Nicolas Cage, and anything that's got Nicolas Cage written to, I read because I absolutely love the bloke. I think he's incredible.
Sorry, North King Jedi's Nick Cage in a Forza games, but just replace all the car sounds with him making noises.
Talk
I'll be
about
gone
gone in 60 seconds.
Ah, damn it. My man. Oh, no, or maybe him in.
Right, so what else we got?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, so we just sat here. Let's get. There's a weird lag tonight, or we're just not gelling as well tonight. We're just all sat here like waiting for someone to talk. Right.
I'm going to say there's a lag.
I think there's a slight lag, isn't there?
Raise your hand
I
when you
think
hear me
there's
talk.
definitely
Blah,
a
blah,
lag
blah, blah, blah,
somewhere.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there we go. There it is. Oh, there it is.
Is it me?
So, I think so, a little bit.
Jake, it's not me, it's you.
It's fine. But
I'm
this
just going to try
fire
to
attention
preempt
span-
what you're talking about. I'm going to try to preempt what you're talking about and say it a split second before you say it. All right.
God, he can't control us on the best of nights, Ash. Can you imagine what it's going to be like tonight?
But I can control you.
Oh, damn, that was really instant.
Let's talk about Ghostbusters.
2023. I didn't think it was coming out this soon.
Is this true though? Because I know I sent it to you earlier, but I don't know. Like,
I
looked
don't think that's
genuine.
going to be out till next year.
But I'm sure this was shared by one of the official Ghostbuster groups. And that's where it
Man
came
in the
from.
chair, do your magic.
Ghostbusters 4 will hit cinemas on Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. The film was officially
Ooh.
announced at CinemaCon, but was heavily teased at the end of the last Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. The movie began shooting on March 20th of 2023, with Sony tweeting a picture of Jason Reitman on set to celebrate.
Oh, that is going to be good. I think that's going to be good because it's. I think it's heavily establishing what the sort of post-credit or mid-credit scene with Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the guy with the money now. Obviously, setting it all up. So I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think we're going to see the returning characters, and I think we're going to see some new Ghostbusters as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to see some new ones because there's like new actors that are attached to this that make sense. So yeah, I think we're going to see some new Ghostbusters, and I think it's going to follow the game as well because obviously the Spirits Unleashed or something it was called, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
that's I think the lag's gone. Put your hand up if I said ready. Put your hand up now. Yeah, there's lag's gone.
Hey.
How many fingers am
Hey.
I holding up?
7. Wait, 3. Damn it, man! You know
yeah,
I'm
I
not good
think
with
the lag's
numbers.
gone. No, I think that this film is going to follow closely to the computer game, which is obviously all about recruiting new people. Because, okay, Ernie Hudson coming back, them using the firehouse, all that kind of stuff is great, but it's not got legs, has it? So it won't last much more than like one film, maybe 2 films, if they really dragged it out. Whereas if they use this as an opportunity to recruit some new Ghostbusters to kind of mix it up a little bit, they could potentially keep it going for some time. And I think the name Firehouse is, broad enough that they could do all sorts of stuff with it.
I'm going to call it now. I think the firehouse is going to get destroyed in this film.
Yep. I called it. Yeah, I'm going to call that too.
Yeah, I mean, that poster makes it look like it's on fire anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, all right, Professor.
There's lightning hitting it,
earning
and
his
there's fire
lab
coming
coat.
out the door.
It's just
I'm
a
gonna
poster.
guess that in this film there is going to be ghosts.
Son of a
I'm
bitch.
just saying it now. No, I think you're right. All jokes aside, I think you're right. I think that it's going to be, they need to re-establish. They need to kind of reinvent or something.
I think someone's had a few drinks at the party this evening. Are you okay, Jacob?
I don't drink. I'm totally
you
teetotal.
not? You teetotal? Oh,
Been
But he does
teetotal
do a lot of
Damn it.
crack.
2 years, but I am smashed off my tits. I'm
He sniffed the
joking, I'm
Bacardi
joking.
Breezer as he walked by and was like, "Whoa, go
Yeah,
down there, kids."
Someone spilt a wine near me and the fumes kind of hit me. Yeah. Now, there was a barbecue, there was a fire, and I don't know what they were throwing on it. But no, in all fairness, I'm teetotal. I haven't drunk for nearly 2 years.
wow.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Not many
And
people do because
Yeah,
we are very
we
close
normally meet
friends.
for
and we're close friends. We've known each other for a long time, but I don't really broadcast it. It's not one of them things that I've got friends that have kind of gone teetotal and they kind of go, "Oh, I'm teetotal. Teetotal's life. Teetotal for life. No drink is amazing. Yada yada yada." And I'm not one of them people at all. Like, if you want to get smashed, get smashed. I can promise you, I put more things in my body than most people in my lifetime. I don't need to boast that I'm now not doing it. Like, it's each to their own. Choose your life.
I thought we weren't broadcasting our old relationship.
I have put most of Ryan in my body. It's
And
Weirdest
moving
Halloween
on.
Weirdest Halloween costume ever.
That was a weird
I have a little
tangent.
side note. So, you know, when Jake was saying about the old posters the other day, about Odeon posters, they don't do them anymore.
Yeah.
I've been clearing out my like one of my the rooms in our flat, and I found my big, what used to be for my school coursework, but now it's just effectively all the old, like, the film posters that Odeon used to do.
Oh, wow.
That I used to grab. I started keeping them inside this folder. There's even like the little, remember when Solo came out, there the little Sabut cards, stuff like that. Yeah. It's Free Guy. Shang-Chi. I think that might have even been the last poster.
What? I didn't
Marvel
get that
films.
one. I've got all the Marvel ones. I didn't get that one.
Oh dear.
Oh, fantastic. I've got Amber Heard immortalized on a poster. What a thing to treasure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. When I was going through it earlier, I have to admit, I agree. I really miss them giving away the posters, but it seems to be popcorn buckets are the new thing, because I've been seeing posts in America where some of the different cinema chains have got some really elaborate ones. There's one that's got for Guardians 3, like Groot going like that, and then he's got all the roots coming out. It makes the bucket. Rise of Beasts, there's a full-on Optimus Prime truck, and the trailer opens up, and that's where you keep your popcorn. Like, I thought our ones that lit up were like super cool, but like they're really fucking elaborate there.
I saw on one of the Facebook groups, there's for Fast X, they've got Dom's charger and it literally the top comes off, and you put popcorn in it. And someone bought it to see if it
Please tell
scales
me.
with action figures.
Please tell me it's a family bucket. Please tell me it's a family
Yeah, I
bucket.
know. Yeah.
Tell me it's a family bucket.
That was what a trick! What a trick
Oh,
they've missed! What
we
a
only
trick
do
they've
this for
missed!
family.
But somebody put like a Marvel Legends in it, and it actually
What's that?
works. It's a little bit like it's more kind of 1/11th scale, even though that's not a thing, but it's just that little bit too small, but okay still. So
A
yeah,
bit like when people put put the reaction Back to the Future figures with the Playmobil DeLorean.
Yeah.
It looks still good enough when they're standing next to it. It just looks a bit off when you put them in it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Before we move on, I've just got to say, JB1, massive shout out to JB1. This is the best show around. Proper appreciate it. Stug138, it is. I'm assuming you're agreeing. But yeah, I mean, we appreciate you guys. We're just having fun, geeking out. Let's move on though. Look at this. This got my interest. This really did pique my interest. The first official look at X-Men 97. Now I've got
Morph's
issues with
back.
this. I've got issues with this. No, but he's not.
Well, the character's back, but his face is not. It's almost like they ran out of animation budget and went like, "We'll just do
No, but-
X-Men animated chameleon head."
So here's where I'm going to throw a little bit of comic knowledge at you. There is a morph in the comic books that looks like this, has this version of the head. Now, obviously, I don't know whether that's the same thing, but Morph in the comics and Morph in the show were two very different characters. Morph for the show was created completely for the show. There's a really nice little bit I did with Julia and Eric Leewald, and they talk about Morph and stuff. But yeah, he was completely created for the show, hence why he didn't have this kind of face. It was a different character. So it's interesting that they've now included this morph, and whether it's going to be the same morph and they're going to try to cross them into one or something. I don't know.
I think so, and I'm going to blame Sinister.
Yeah. Yeah. Sunspot there as well.
Is that who it is? The guy on the right?
The guy on the right.
Yeah.
Bottom.
Yeah, 'cause
The
I
guy
didn't recognise
stands
him.
out.
I didn't recognize him.
Stands out massively because he's not got a uniform and he's not part of the original lineup. Yeah, that's Sunspot. So a well-established character in the X-Men universe, and I think he'll bring quite a lot to the table.
I miss Bishop's hair.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say, I wonder if Sunspot will be, like in the '90s series, Jubilee was the main character. She was the new X-Man to join the crew. I wonder if that'll be Sunspot in this one. Like Sunspot will be the character we kind of follow.
I think so. I think so.
Good shout.
He's part of the New Mutants. Is it the New Mutants?
Oh, that'd be cool if they're leading into that, like finishing off like the old X-Men TV series, then run it into the New Mutants. That'd be awesome.
He was wasn't he in the New Mutants film?
Sunspot.
I'm sure he was.
Let's have a look.
I can't
New
remember
Mutants.
now.
New
But
Mutants
he's a
was
character
Magic, Wolfsbane, Mirage. Sunspot, yeah, Henry Zaga.
I actually didn't see that still.
Really?
Really
The problem
good.
is
I
that-
really liked it.
I waited to
It's
see it in the cinema,
awful.
and then they released it for like a week, because it was at the end of their buyout. So it was like one of those things where they just sort of a bit like what was the other film? Underwater, the one with Kristen Stewart. That was
That's
actually pretty
really good
decent.
as well.
Yeah. But again, that got released for like a week because it was in that weird time when it got bought, and they were like, "Oh, let's just get what we've already made out."
You know what? New Mutants was actually all right. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It could have been better, but I did enjoy it. But yeah, Sunspot has been around in the comics for a while. He's part of the New Mutants. I think you're probably right there, Sorrell, that he's going to be the new kind of recruit, the new kid on the block. What does strike me as odd though is none of them look like they've aged at all. Like they're all, so it is going to just carry on from where it left off.
I'm going to say a year.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit. Storm's rocking a new do. Morph's rocking a new face.
Bishop's rocking a new do.
New do, yep.
And Gambit
They've still got.
looks slightly different.
Do you know what's really clever about this drawing though? Is that there's still that love triangle quite predominant there in that picture. You've got Jean, Cyclops, and Wolverine kind of making up the 4 points of the triangle. Yeah, I'm excited. Do you think that Storm is just there because it's nicely balanced? Do you think she's going to be kind of more taken over as the leader of the X-Men? Like she did in the
I think
comics?
she's going to be leading it.
Isn't
with Magneto.
Isn't that
With
look? Isn't that look of Storm from New Mutants with the mohawk when she was in like the bike?
It was in a later comic book.
So I wonder if that's going to be like the thing, whether the original X-Men will bow out halfway through or something. We'll see like the New Mutants rise, and she'll be the leader of the New Mutants.
That'd be quite cool. Speaking of Storm, did anyone else see Halle Berry's post on Instagram?
No.
So Halle Berry posted a picture recently, just a really random picture of her holding a cat, like you do, in like a jacket, like nothing special about it. But she has short white silver hair, and everyone was saying, is she going to be in Deadpool 3 as Storm? If we've got Wolverine, it's a bold choice of haircut for considering it's so iconic to her character where she played Storm. It would be an interesting haircut for her to choose to be her haircut, if that makes sense.
Can you imagine if it was actually the studio was like, Halle, look, you're not going to be in the film, but we're going to pay you a lot of money to drum up hype because everyone's going to be focusing on your hair. And therefore, we can cast who we want, and everyone's just going to be talking about you being in it, and you're not. But we will pay you a lot of money to do it.
Yeah. Oh, Shelley, look, that has got to be the perfect comment ever. Perfect Sunday afternoon, cold brew coffee whilst floating in the pool on an inflatable flamingo watching Geek Week.
The only bit that concerns me with that is that she said a little while ago she was watching the whale show. So, Shelley, if you're in there with a whale, for the love of God, get out. Whales are not safe.
That's not a pool. That is not a pool, Shelley. That is a tank. Have you not watched the SeaWorld documentary? Come on. They do not want to swim with you. But no. Cool.
Some of the comments on that Halle Berry post are like amazing, by the way. So like Robbie Feld.
Yeah.
He's commented saying feels like a storm's brewing, and then she's commented, "Patience takes practice."
Ooh.
Listen, I'm if it's true,
that is amazing. If it's true,
the thought had not even occurred to me until you'd said that, Jake. That is because there's no reason why. The rest of the X-Men aren't even there. You know, Marsden may be there as Cyclops for all we know because he doesn't have to look any different. But obviously, she has to look very different. But can you imagine if it is like the full cast?
But we know we're getting Wolverine. We know Hugh Jackman's in it. Like, what could make Hugh Jackman in Deadpool? What could top Hugh Jackman in Deadpool? The rest of the X-Men, like, or at least a handful of them, like, even just sort of like a couple of them, like, it would be very cool.
Sorry, I was just thinking of that scene in the last one though, when he goes past the thing and there's the whole cast are in that one office. He's like, why is there no one ever in this mansion? He just closes the door.
I know Shelley said that she ditched SeaWorld. Phew. Thanks for letting us know. We were a little bit worried there. Yeah, that was concerning. They don't do
if you haven't had
whale
your standard
shows
whale safety training, then you know. Oof.
They don't do the whale shows though anymore. Like they're all done
in Florida.
In SeaWorld, the whale shows are done now.
I thought they were still going, but just not as structured as they used to be. Not with like the dance for me, whale monkey.
Orca Encounter, the killer whale presentation by SeaWorld, it's still there.
No, but it's the presentation. It's not the show, is it? It's not the show where
you don't get in the water with them anymore. They're not allowed.
No.
To.
That's what I mean. It's
still a presentation. Like you still learn about the animals and watch like a
It's much more
super villain.
Conserve our ocean.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There's only one reason to go to SeaWorld now, anyway, and that's for Sesame Street Land because that is amazing.
In SeaWorld?
Yeah, they got Sesame Street Land. It's amazing.
Oh, of course. When I think of SeaWorld, I think of Sesame Street. How stupid of me.
Every shop has puppets. Every shop has puppets, and I just like getting Elmo and making him swear.
Elmo says that's goddamn expensive.
Why didn't we have that on the Geek Week video last week?
Where was Elmo's? Like, oh, come on. Mako at SeaWorld was my favourite roller coaster. Just Wyatt stuck in the comments said about roller coasters at SeaWorld.
March of the Penguins. March of the Penguins. That ride.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good. It's not really a roller coaster though, is it?
No, it's just a magical little dark ride, but it's nice.
Only of emotions, Jake. Only of emotions.
Yeah, that's you know what's really cool about March of Penguins is the queue bit where you walk in as well. Like that's
I'm pretty sure it's
just cut it dead. It's
No, I was just reading comments. I was making sure we weren't.
Empire of the Penguins, not March of the Penguins. Empire of the Penguins. Sorry, SeaWorld. Right, yeah. But isn't it voiced by thingy as well though? Attenborough. Don't he voice it? If I remember
don't
rightly.
know.
Or, I'm
I
sure
don't
it
know.
was when I was
Toad
there.
sloth.
remember.
Probably because it's something animal related.
Yeah.
Right,
Can I go
we're
off on a
talking about
complete
penguins.
tangent?
We're talking about penguins, and we've got the X-Men on the screen. Like, if anyone's just tuned in, this makes no sense at all.
We said tangents in the opening credits. We covered ourselves, but I have got a
Yeah.
tangent. You said Empire of Penguins.
Mm.
Speaking of Empire, I sat in the Emperor's Throne the other day because I went to the Fan Strike Back exhibit in London.
Cool.
It was really decent. It wasn't very much, like money wise.
I
And
thought that was it. Just,
no,
I went there. It was good. Next.
tune in next week.
The end.
Yeah.
Next week, Ryan might go outdoors. It was really good, but the thing is, I think there's mixed reviews. I think people have missed the point of what it is. So it's called the Fan Strike Back. That's the show, not that stupid company that took everyone's money and didn't give any products. The actual show was really good, but it was about fans, what they've made, their collections and stuff like that. So I think when people gone there expecting to see props and replicas, but from the actual film, that's not what it's about. It's about the fans' love for Star Wars, and that's the thing. If you go in there knowing what it is, it's really, really good. If you go in there expecting to see the real life costumes, then you'd be fucked. But
looking at some of the pictures that you put up, I kind of thought this looks like someone's collection. So that actually makes a lot of sense now that you say that. And some of the diorama pieces, with Black Series and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But now that you said that, that makes perfect sense.
But yeah, it's really good fun. So if anyone's knocking about London, it's open to I think the end of July now. They've extended it because it's been really popular. Go for it. If anything, just because you get a really fucking cool picture of the Emperor's Throne. I'll never look that cool again.
So,
I thought it was gonna be a picture of me in the throne. Wow, what a way to disappoint me.
So Axe Toys gave us some dinosaur battle figures that are coming out very soon. This is the base figure, and there are thousands of accessories that are going to come with these bad boys. So these are the dinosaur battlefield figures by A-Toys. Sorry, A-Toys, not Axe Toys.
This is like the real world version of that thing from Toy Story.
It does.
What is that for a marketing picture? Right, okay. Go back one. You can imagine them in the office, right? We've got these really cool dinosaur humanoids, right? We need to kind of put them in a picture to really sell them.
Dan, have you seen what Daryl's done with the figures? Get your camera. It's fucking hilarious.
Let's put one on his knees with his hands behind his back as if he's in some kind of submissive domination sex toy. And let's get another one just grabbing his face. What are we going to do?
On Dino Horse.
The third one. What are we going to do with the third one? Just have him kicking him in the head. What is that?
So
we got three. This is them arguing. Go back.
Daryl, that was really out of order. That really bloody hurt, all right?
These two are having a proper argument, and this purple one's tapping him on the shoulder.
Why does it look like the one on the far left is going, screw you guys, I'm going home?
It looks like they're both arguing about something, and the one in green's arguing, and the red one's got a point, and the purple one's no, Dave, you've got that wrong, mate. He is right. Dave, stop now. You're really embarrassing yourself. Mum, can I go home?
I've just seen Holly's comment. Oh no, not London. What's wrong with London?
What?
Holly's comment is,
Why are we
oh
against
no,
London?
not London. Are you
Holly, explain yourself. What's wrong with London? This looks badass, though. Let's be honest.
So,
this
to be fair, once you
this
get all
one
the
looks
armor
the
bits on them, the idea is they can be you can customize them. So if you get multiples, you can make them all look different. They come with an abundance of accessories, so you can customize them any way you want. But there's so many good Etsy sellers out there anyway. There's going to be tons of accessories for these to buy, I reckon.
Oh yeah, you know that.
So these are going to look the nuts when they're on your shelf. I think they look cool.
I just think it really does remind me of a real world serious version of that thing from Toy Story, the toys that
Toy Story Time Forgot.
Yeah,
it does.
But I'm all for. It's quite nice to see that there are people just making brand new toy lines. They haven't gone and done a He-Man and said, "Oh, did we mention the series that we're making?" And then everyone else looks in the room like, "What?" It's just a toy line, isn't it? Or is this a remake of something I've not heard of?
No, it's just a brand new toy line. They're a third-party company, a bit like Loose Collector. They just make random figures that look cool, basically. It's like things they would have wanted as kids out. Got to be in it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've got some
Tekken.
new Game Dimensions 6-inch figures are coming out. These are by Bandai. The Haiichi, he leaked on
Bless you.
Amazon a couple of days ago, and they quickly took him down. You could order him for 30 quid, and they quickly took him down. So he was available for a split second. But yeah, they're going to start off a new line of 6-inch figures, obviously with Street Fighter coming out. It's perfect time to do it, isn't it? And who doesn't want to have Bison versus Haiichi on a shelf?
That is pretty cool.
So yeah, there's a bunch of new figures. They look decently articulated and stuff.
Yeah, they do. They look all right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, round one, fight.
Yeah,
and they're
they
based
look good.
on Tekken 3. Is that Tekken? Oh, Tekken 8. Sorry, Tekken 8. But Game
that
Dimensions, a new line.
What's that accessory above his head, above his hand?
That one.
That's the lightning punch.
The lightning
thingy.
effect.
Oh, okay. That's it. Oh, right. Yeah.
Unlimited power. Sorry.
They look all right. I must admit as well, with action figures at the moment, is they all seem to be kind of gearing towards like a central like base. Like they all look very similar across the brands.
Yeah.
Whereas, 5 years ago or whatever, they all look so different. You couldn't have multiple things on your shelf. Yeah.
I suspect that's a deliberate thing, like you said, like because it might be a case of if
Oh,
you're
maybe.
umming and ahhing about it, you might not pick it up if it was completely different style and everything from everything else. But if it might fit in with what you've already got, then sort of works.
So these figures make zero sense. These are by Playmates.
Radical.
No, they make zero sense. So we've got a new line of figures coming out called the Turtles Adventures. They're already releasing the retro ones. I don't know why we need another one. And the annoying thing is, if you look at the April O'Neil and the Mondo Gecko, they are just 5 POA. They don't have any articulation to them whatsoever, just like the old figures. But the turtle figures they're putting in this line are the Mirage ones that have been repainted in the comic book style. So they're more articulated. So it's like two toy lines mashed into one on a new card back.
I
Interesting.
don't get it.
It makes zero sense. Let's say that you've got 5 POA old school figures that look retro that should be on the retro card back that's currently in Smith's. And then these Mirage ones should have come later.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get this at all. This is a line. And I don't get
cool,
the...
like, it's an Amazon exclusive. It's a cool little box and stuff. They're going to.
Oh, is it? It's actually a 4-pack. Like you just
it's
get
a 4-pack. It's a 4-pack Amazon exclusive. Comes in this fancy box.
I don't get it. I don't get who this is aimed at.
Neither. It makes zero sense. Like I said,
People with too much money.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't get where the market is for that. Like who that's aimed at as such.
Well, I have to share this one because it's been a whole 2 minutes since Todd McFarlane released a Batman. So,
For every Marvel, Spider-Man, and Iron Man.
yeah. So he's not talked about Batman for a week. So we got a new one. This is the Joker Batman.
I like this one. It's cool.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
How many Batmans do we need? This is getting
I
silly
can
now.
get on this one.
This one is one that I would be more tempted by than others, to be honest.
I could get behind on this one.
I
It's
like the
basically
card thing as well.
It's just a repaint of the Dark Knight Batman, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's essentially any of the Joker costumes in kind of Batman are just the repaint of a Batman costume anyway, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
I'm not sure if you laughed at my comment or the impression of a Joker. But yeah.
Column A, little column B.
Yeah, I think they're quite cool. I think they're quite cool.
Oh, we've seen Stug's comment. Has anyone seen the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures? They look amazing. I actually have not. I didn't know Jada Toys were doing Street Fighter figures.
Yeah. Jada Toys have released about 4 figures so far.
Yeah.
It's not a line I normally look in, so it's probably gone straight past me.
Yeah, so they've released Chun-Li. They've done, I want to say Ryu, Dalsim, and I want to say Bison, I think.
I think Bison's the other one.
Jada Toys.
Man in the chair.
Yeah, we've got
thanks, Holly.
Ultra Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers is the name of the line. They're already hitting in America. We've not had them out here yet. They don't seem to be hitting us yet. But in America, they've been coming out.
Thanks, Holly.
America.
If
it makes you feel like I'm 33 and I'm full of nerdiness, and it's nice to hear that we're great to watch and not in a stalkery way. So thank you.
Yeah, it was Fei Long, Chun-Li, and Ryu are the ones that are up for pre-order.
So we're just powering on with it.
Yeah. What I love is normally this is what it's like for you, isn't it? There's Ash is sitting there going like, "Is this what I do to Jake every week with Ryan?" And then it's me and Jake just power it. Like, and Ash like, "I'm going to talk about these toys. If I start bleeding from the eyes, I will do it."
Me and Ryan just appreciating all the comments, and yeah, we're still talking about Street Fighter.
Ash has no time for love.
The Street Fighter brand's not my. It's just not my. It's not my bag.
It's not your bag, baby.
I once came second when I worked at Game. They had a big tournament when the new Street Fighter came out.
you once came second in a Street Fighting tournament, Ryan. You've never been
Street Fighter tournament.
You've always been a lover,
except for when I'm angry. Because believe it or not, people are not so keen of me when I'm angry. That's to avoid copyrights. That's the English version of it. You know, you won't be so keen on me when I'm angry. But no, I came second in Street Fighter tournament game-wise because but purely through button mashing, and the guy who eventually won but got really annoyed at me. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Should we shut up now because Ashley said talk about toys? Sorry.
No, I want to hear what happened with this Street Fighter tournament.
Oh, I came second out of like 16 people, and I'd never played it before in my life. I had a great time. Everyone hated me so much.
What was the prize?
I think it was like 50 quid or something like that. Like it was, we all sort of just chipped
decent
in. But
then,
yeah, especially considering this was like probably about 11 years ago, whatever it was.
I used to rule with Street Fighter. I was the ultimate. Always played as Blanca. You had to play as Blanca.
Yeah, that's it. I was about to say I was the big green dude, Blanca. Like, but yeah, this guy Nathan, who was my deputy manager, was like, "This is not how you play it." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Mate, you just saw because obviously I'm naturally skilled." He's like, "No, it's because you're having like a fit on the buttons. Doesn't count." I was like, "Nah, that's all right."
They just do his electric. You do his electric special move as someone's about to hit you, and then they disable them.
It's adorable. You thought I knew how to do a special move.
It's like when you played Mortal Kombat as a kid, and all you did was just stand there going.
Yeah. No. Mortal Kombat. It was always the drop down leg sweep with like Liu Kang. Drop down leg sweep. That was it. And they're like, "You'll play properly." No.
I remember when we had
this comment.
I'll play properly.
Leg sweep. I think you just found out how Ryan feels when he wants to talk Transformers and everyone just talks over him. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the happy fours as well, Shelley. I'll admit that. Like, it's good to know there's some more of the 40 crew.
Yeah, but I'm 33 and look the oldest out of all of us. How is this fucking fair?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
I'm stuck looking like a bald accountant.
I'm going to stand up. But no, I should tell you what it is. What's really cool about like our age bracket at the moment is that all of the things that we loved as kids is now like pop culture. It's all coming back because essentially, you know, us as kids, a handful of us grew up and got jobs where we could make this stuff reality again for all of the people that didn't. So you got all these kids that grew up and became film producers, and like you know, look at people like James Gunn. Like they were the kids that we would talk shit with in the playground and stuff, and now they're up making films and making products, and that's why it's really cool to kind of be a geek now, and why I think it's acceptable for geekism to be okay, because you know we all kind of grew up and took over. So there we go.
I do know how my dad felt now, because remember when they rerun like all the Jerry Anderson stuff in the 90s, like Thunderbirds, Captain Sky and everything like that. And I remember my dad being really excited because he was like, you know, it's what he watched as a kid. And then it was me playing with the same Thunderbird toys, watching it on TV. He said and they gave him a license to get sort of in it. And so he used to sit down and watch it with me and everything, which was really lovely. But you're right, it does give you that kind of weird license to kind of go like, bringing it back. Yeah.
I've got to admit, I never got into Thunderbirds or Captain Scarlet. Just couldn't get into it.
Not at all.
No, I just couldn't do it. I tried. There was one thing that just ruined it for me. And it was whenever it went up to a close-up and it was a human hand opening the drawers and stuff.
Yeah, but what I love, though, it was like Captain Scarlet was white and then the hand that did the close-up was black or something like that. But that was always...
it's just, their hands are like this, like really wooden, and then it would go to like a Rubik's Cube. and then back to wooden hands. Like
When I was at a boot sale a little while ago, I actually managed to get like an actual box of all the trading cards still in their packets. For
no
like
way.
£6
Open
or
it.
something stupid
Open
like
it. Open it.
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Open one. Open one. Come on, you can't show us something old and unopened. And
Ooh.
oh, he's doing it.
Oh,
Oh, listen to that ASMR.
I'm just gonna open the cards now.
That's it. You reduce the value. Oh, yeah, reduce the value right there.
Yeah, you're worthless now, aren't you? You dirty.
Put that bubble gum in your mouth.
What did I get? What did I get? I got
I don't
Thunderbird
care. 'Cause
1,
I didn't like Thunderbird.
Firefly. I'm doing an Ash. I'm powering through an airport. Thunderbird 1,
An airport.
and Parker. Yes, milady.
So
There we
you've
go.
not
I
sold it.
opened something that has not been opened since it's been
it
sealed
come with
since the
bubblegum?
90s.
Did it come with
Huh?
bubblegum? Did it come with bubblegum?
No, which is the only
Damn
one
it.
thing. However,
Can't
there is a
see it.
special offer for me to buy off and get the collector album, so I'll probably have to write to them about that.
So listen, you just opened a packet of cards from Thunderbirds, and one of the cards was an airport. The other one was an old man butler. Like it's not selling it to me.
How dare you? It's Parker.
Is there a-
What the hell is Alfred then?
Yeah, but he drove around. He drove around Batman. Like Parker drove around like essentially the Gemma
You don't know
Collins
what
of the
Parker
70s.
did. Parker was a specially trained man. Parker's killed people. Parker has killed a lot of people. All right, Parker is a shifty bastard.
Of boredom.
She was a glorified Penelope pit stop. Let's be honest.
Oh, massively. A Penelope
Sacre
Pitstop.
bleu. Technically, the other way around, surely, because it
No,
came out
At
originally
least
before
Penelope Pitstop
Bucky
could drive
races.
herself. Like it's
because she was poor, whereas just shut up, guys. Go talk about fucking
She had
Marvel
some-
Legends or something.
And she had some very dodgy accessories in her car, didn't she? Penelope pit stop.
yeah.
Only in the
yeah.
18 plus version. Only in the
Yeah.
18 plus version.
Did what was the name of that woman in Thunderbirds?
Penelope, wasn't it?
Yeah, where's Penelope?
It was
You
Lady
got me
Miss
questioning myself now.
Miss
Lady Penelope.
Penelope, right?
Yeah,
Did she
Lady
have
Penelope.
like a transformer or
Harry
something?
Parker.
What did
A
it say
transformer.
Mate, what do you think Thunderbirds was? What?
Didn't
No,
they have like
they-
transformer cars? No, spaceships.
I quit.
Didn't the
I'm done
spaceships
with
all
this.
like become a mech? I didn't watch
No!
it. I did
What
not
do you think
watch
it was?
it.
Super Sentai Thunderbird? Like,
I didn't watch it.
we are
I,
stuck together by strings. Oh my god! Ha ha! Come on,
I didn't
let's
watch
do
it.
this.
It was not like I kind of bracketed it the same as like Fireman Sam and Bob the Builder and stuff. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Hey, that man
That
fixed
would've been
the
a
shed and the
crossover.
nation. All right, don't you diss Bob the Builder.
I watched the film when they made it. That was rubbish.
What?
Where Busted sung the theme tune.
But I'd say Busted in the theme song.
Don't be mad, please stop the hating.
Yeah, that is it.
That's
Then
me.
better go. That's it.
Love Busted.
I
I really
love
should have found
Busted.
out I was bi sooner. Really, actually, now that I think about it. A lot of
It's just
signs
like,
were there.
Oh, Busted. Just kind of remembering things in a different way.
Because I clearly wasn't listening to them for the music. So
Busted. Yeah. Okay. You get on with that. No, apologies to any big Thunderbird fans. I just never got into it. I was reading my comics at that time,
these
and
Jerry
so
Anderson heathens.
but wooden puppets just didn't do it for me when I was reading comic books.
Stop trivializing it so much.
They were wooden puppets. You could see the strings.
Yeah,
All
I
right, then
never,
let's talk about Marvel lumps of plastic. Fucking
What?
I see. I never got into it because I had when I was a kid, I had the first version of Sky when that came out. So like I had Cartoon Network and stuff, so it was never on there. So I never really
Yeah,
watched
see, I
it.
think I'm the same. I was watching Cartoon Network.
Well, no, because I had Sky, but Sky didn't come in until like what 95, 96, whereas Thunderbirds was on from like 91, 92.
Nah, I was too busy with Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yep. I
Let's
was
get
all
nuts.
into my I was all into my Superman and Batman at the time.
That's actually quite a good segue to talk about the final trailer for The Flash. Did you see it?
Can I just say though, we've had this picture on the screen for ages. Can we just what is
No,
it?
no, no.
Right,
I don't care. I don't care. But The Flash.
right, let's come back to that. We'll come back to that. I'm only joking. I'm only joking.
Oh.
Right.
Apologies to Matt Damon, but we ran out of time.
Ironically, what's it? American whatever is like that was a cool puppet show. I like that.
Team America.
Team America.
America.
What I love was Jake just said a series of noises and random connected words, and I was like, Team America.
Matt Damon puppet America team thing. Yeah.
That was only because they accidentally left the puppet in the kiln too long, and they thought it looked like it was mentally challenged. And that's because he actually had scripted lines. He never used to just go, Matt Damon. That was all because of they accidentally left the puppet in too long.
While we're on throwbacks as well, do you remember Skeleton Warriors?
Yeah, great toy line as well.
Literally one series, Skeleton Warriors, and it just kind of came up in my memory bank the other day, and I was like, oh, that could be a good revamp. Like if they did that now, or did it as like a really dark film, like movie, that'd be cool.
I thought about this a while, but they could bring back. There's a bunch of stuff like Skeleton Warriors, but also like Mummies Alive and programs like that came out. Imagine if they brought them all back and made them into like a little multiverse that could fight each other.
Captain Bucky.
I just want visionaries. Give me visionaries. Visionaries. Their intro is like ours, or our intro is like theirs. In a time when it's all very, yeah.
So if you are rebooting Visionaries and you were impressed with our intro, I am available. Just let me know. I can ad lib all sorts of things. Maybe dreams. Just let me know. I'll do it.
Maybe dreams.
Maybe dreams. That was because, by the way, Jake just said to me, "Say a bunch of stuff." So I honestly sent him back a 5-minute voice note of just random things, and Jake just took the ones he liked out of it. But maybe dreams was my favorite.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good last one.
Ash, are you going to tell us about these turtles or what, mate? I
can't get worded edgeways here.
They've gone. They've gone.
I'm joking. Right, come on. What are these Ninja Turtles? Because they look like samurai turtles.
They better be good.
It's from the third movie. It's from the third movie, which everybody hated. But it's the Samurai Turtles from the third movie. They're coming out. Yep.
Is that what this big build-up was for?
Yeah. It wouldn't have been a big build-up if you just let me speak.
A toy line by NECA for a film that no one really liked.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
I so wanted your bank account or something to be on the background then. Son of a bitch.
I'm trying to get the thing back over. I've lost it now. But yeah, basically it's coming out. I believe it's San Diego Comic Con exclusive. I believe it's going to be. It's coming as a box set, I think. Which was
big shout out to Toy Arc there, by the way.
Yeah, always love Toy Arc. Always love Toy Arc. We've got one.
Yeah.
You know what, JB1? Do not speak about the gargoyle figures in Target because we don't get them over here.
No, we're really pissed off about it.
Highly sensitive subject. So yeah, they've not come. Yeah, not cool, dude. No, but they've not come over to the UK, and to get them over here, it's really, yeah, it's really expensive.
They're about 50 to 60 quid on Amazon, aren't they?
Yeah, Andy.
I do, but you know what? This show doesn't deserve it.
Transformer news would be an up after that turtle.
We've got one more piece of toy news, then you can ramble on about what the hell you want. Put my picture up. God damn it. SH Figure Arts.
So the other thing I really liked about Ninja Turtles was
sorry. SH Figure Arts Indie. We're getting that. Happy days.
Because I've never had a SH
Figure Arts.
Yeah, I've never had one. Like, what are they scale wise? Are they 12-inch or they
5-inch?
5-inch.
Yeah, really? They're 5 to 6.
5 and 5
yeah. They fit with your 6-inch figures there and thereabouts. They're good. They're good figures. They are good figures. They're a lot more fragile. I say, like they feel a lot more fragile, but you can get them into a lot more poses. The face tech tends to be a lot more realistic. Well, as you can see from this, compared to the
that's what I was about to say, because this does looks like incredible, and the fact that you can do the hat thing as well, that is pretty decent.
Yeah, but you can do that with this one.
Yeah, but you can't remove that hat. This one's removable.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. No.
Right. That's it. Talk about whatever you want now.
You can do the hat pose. If I had to play around long enough, you could. Ow! But-
What is this show tonight? What is going on?
I don't know. I think it's because we're running late.
Oh, sorry. Shall we talk about the Flash?
Yes, let's talk about the Flash. Hang on, is that going to be like our spotlight? I think it needs to be this
week's spotlight. Ta-da.
Okay, I was doing it, but you go ahead. You do it. It's fine.
Oh, sorry. I've just done like most of the voices for the intros. I just assumed I was the voice guy, but
I was going to do it, but you want to do it. It's fine. That's
well,
okay.
you know,
Okay,
you're the
you do it.
photographer guy. Ash is the
Okay.
already established internet and was formerly, the Wookiee. And what do I bring to it?
Do you want to do it again? And I won't interrupt this time.
He's so going to interrupt. This week's spotlight.
Let's talk about the Flash. Okay.
No, I hate Ezra Miller, but I really want to see his film because of Michael Keaton and Supergirl
No, you know
and
what?
Ben
This,
Affleck.
you know what this
I know
Flash
it's
film is
basically
making me-
rebooting it all, and we're getting rid of them, but Ezra Miller's such a cunt. Sorry, I've done it. I've said it on YouTube. I've done it.
We've crossed the line.
Demonetized.
We've
But
gone
yeah,
from...
yeah.
We apologise for the recent outburst in Ryan Speaks Geek
The whole-
language.
The whole
His
30 pence we
opinion
did make
is
from the
not
stream is now just gone down the toilet.
It's...
You're all welcome.
We do apologise.
That's more than I make as a professor's assistant, so don't worry.
Next week,
Ryan will be
will
with us
re-
next
Ryan
week.
will release an apology. Check his
My
Instagram
fellow
for a public
YouTubians.
apology. No,
Please, for next
I'll
week,
tell-
just get Logan Paul's speech for his apology video and just use that. Please. I had a visual lapse of judgment.
Shall I tell you what this Ezra Miller film is doing? Is making me wish he wasn't a bad guy because he looks so good in the film. Like the film
No.
looks great, and I'm just kind of like, oh, what? I wish you weren't all. I wish I didn't know all the stuff that I know, so that I could just enjoy the film. Because credit where credit's due, I really like his Barry. And it looks even better in this film than it has done in the others. And I'm kind of like, oh, this is where I wish I didn't know all the other stuff. But yeah, I agree. But I am glad that they've kept it because it does look incredible.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to more Keaton, because I was worried that we weren't going to get this. I thought it was going to be robbed. I had Keaton back as Batman twice. One of them's already been axed for tax reasons, and I thought the other one might have been axed because of Ezra Miller's C-word related activities. But yeah, I'm very glad it is coming out just because of the Keaton Batman, and Supergirl looks amazing.
Yeah. It does look incredible. It does look incredible.
Have you noticed in the latest trailer that they've really cut down the dramatic pause time between "you want to get nuts, let's get nuts"? Because the pause time in the last one where he says it is like, "Do you want to get nuts?" and then it's just silent. Let's get nuts. It's a really overly dramatic pause. They really shortened it in this one.
I've just realised I can put background music on while we're talking.
Please tell me there's like some like bossa nova, like jazz type thing.
Yeah, no, listen.
Welcome to Geek Week in Review, your relaxing way to spend a Sunday evening. Deep breaths in together. That's better. Release all the Ezra Miller stress from your body. Plant it in the ground and demonetize the video.
Hang on. No, wait. I'm gonna give you you need to do your apology now over this music. Ready? Go.
A lot of things have been said recently. Some of them said without much thought. Some of them said from the heart. And as we all know, we've all made mistakes of the heart. Do I regret what I said? Yes. But I don't regret the intention behind it. Because they are an absolute and total son of a...
Hello. Thank you very much for that, Ryan. That's very much appreciated.
Sorry, I couldn't resist cutting the cam. Couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool. Right. Enough messing around with the special effects.
Dropping some bars.
Yeah, I just Andy, we need the Pooh voice over that music. We'll do a Winnie the Pooh. We'll do a cocaine bear at the end. But no, there is obviously a massive spoiler leak about a particular cameo taking place. And it's gonna be amazing if it's true. But yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It just looks like such a good film. Like just the feedback from like advanced screenings has all been really positive, and yeah, I don't know, for a film that we know is kind of revamping and rebooting everything, I can't even imagine what to expect. I hope Keaton's Batman's in it for a substantial amount of time. I hope it's not one of these ones where we've seen him loads in the trailer, like with the Guardians and Love and Thunder. We saw the Guardians load, and then they were in it for like 10 minutes.
What do you think about people's comments that do you think Keaton is playing Bruce Wayne Batman, or is he Timothy Wayne Batman?
Tom Wayne.
Thomas Wayne.
No, I think he's just straight up
Timothy Wayne.
Sorry, Thomas Wayne.
Timothy Wayne.
Like in the comics, it was Thomas Wayne, wasn't it? It was
the
red.
Did he himself? Yeah, it was Tom. Sorry, Thomas Wayne. It's Thomas and Martha Wayne are the ones in this universe, which is a shame. I actually thought when we got Flashpoint, I thought Jeffrey Dean Morgan was going to come back as. I think that was in one of our earlier Geek weeks. I think right when I first joined, I said about that because I said you wouldn't cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne for those like less than 3 minutes of footage unless you were going to do something with him. And the fact that the Flashpoint movie had been announced, so I was kind of a bit gutted. As much as I'm excited to see Keaton, I am a little bit gutted that we didn't get to see the like Jeffrey Dean Morgan's sort of dark Thomas Wayne character, because I thought that would have been pretty awesome. But I think there is every chance that he could actually be Thomas Wayne. Got a feeling he won't be, but I think it is possible.
I think it would upset too many people. I think he straight up just got to be 89 Batman.
Keaton Batman.
If it's any kind of twist, if it's any kind of, no matter how clever it is, it would just disappoint people. We want to see 89 Batman. And I think based on the potential cameo spoiler that we've heard as well, it makes sense for the universe, like where this one's based and stuff. So yeah, I'm just massively
Can you
excited.
imagine if Michael Caine just comes in? It's been like, I've buried too many multiverse versions of the Wayne family. I won't do it again.
While we're on the subject of films as well, and we're talking about characters and actors and stuff, have you heard the latest on Kang and Jonathan Majors?
No.
So rumor has it that Kang was not originally penned to be the center of the MCU moving forward.
Backtrack.
Yeah, no, it essentially is. But it turns out that he wasn't originally meant to be the center, and it was only because of Loki, and how much people bought into him that they kind of decided on him as a direction. To me, it sounds like a massive backtrack, as in, oh, the thing we're about to do was never meant to be done anyway. So yeah, fooled ya. So yeah, but there's already articles and stuff dropping online about how Kang wasn't meant to be the big build-up. Because in all fairness, they could drop Kang now after Ant-Man, and that would be it. Like no one would kind of really care. It would make a massive difference moving forward. Yeah. But also as well, the new Loki season 2 trailer came out, and we didn't see any of his character featured. So
I'm really hoping we were right about the high evolutionary thing, because what I did notice, I doubt we were the only ones thinking it. So I don't want to say that we said it first, but I didn't see it anywhere else originally. But
we said it first.
The fact, well, we did say it first. But there's enough people. It's obviously it struck enough of a chord because he was so good as that character and being so menacing. Like if that was the big bad, his motivation works for being the big bad. His performance is strong enough to be the big bad for the whole sort of, the whole, what do you want to call it, phase or whatever. And I'm really, and now that the VFX artist came out and made a point of highlighting the fact that, if you look closely in Guardians 3, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen it by now, then what are you doing? Don't watch us. No, do watch us. I'm just joking.
Go and watch.
But
Yeah,
Drax
Drax
is
carries him out.
carrying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost kind of like that person's come out almost to draw attention to the fact that look, he was always alive still. We haven't just done that because this guy's problematic. So I kind of feel like they're like planting the seeds to go like, you know, high evolution.
No, I
I think
reckon
we all kind of touched on it, didn't we? That and when it came out, because I mean, he is much more of a sinister villain than Kang. Kang didn't seem threatening at all, whereas he was genuinely just mental, wasn't he? He was just a proper psycho villain,
unhinged.
The difficulty is though, is Kang as a character in the comic books has a lot more potential of like big destruction, Thanos level kind of threat. High Evolutionary doesn't. Like they are in different, like totally different leagues, like completely different leagues. So Kang has potential to be a bigger threat, like the threat level, I think is what I'm trying to say. Whereas High Evolutionary, they would need a lot more writing around it. But yes, there is a movie called The Kang Dynasty, but that's announced for like 2 or 3 years down the line, isn't it? So everything would be leading towards that. And obviously, they haven't actually started work on that. They're still in the early days. They're still the way you want to look at it is that almost like Infinity War Endgame being announced, but they're still in that very early stage of seeing Thanos for a split second in a post-credit scene. Like they could easily take a left turn here with it if they had to, because he's been dropped from a lot of other projects because of this accusation, incident or whatever it is that's actually happened. He has been dropped from a lot of projects, and I can't see Disney and Marvel keeping him on board if it turns out to be true.
If Disney dropped Johnny Depp as quick as they did, they could definitely.
Well, that's the thing. And also as well with Johnny Depp, when that happened, look how quickly that was in the spotlight, in the courtroom, the trial was, and even then things weren't completely reversed in a lot of cases. There were still things that have stuck with not picking him up. So I think that if there wasn't an element of guilt, why is it not being pushed more? I don't know. Innocent till proven guilty, guilty till proven innocent, whichever way around you want to look at it. But I think there could be potential for the Kang storyline to take a left turn. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh, bye, JB1. Sorry. JB1's got to shoot off.
It's just it's just like really random. Just it's like a proper like in the middle of a game of football. I gotta go now, mum's calling. It's okay. We're in the middle of the game, Ryan. Like we're literally like 2-0 up. Like, what are you doing, mate? I'm gonna go now, guys. Right. Let's have a bit of Cocaine Bear. We need a motivational speech from Cocaine Bear. What kind of music are we going for here?
That first track you did.
No. Give me a number between 1 and 8.
7.
Oh, okay. Okay. Right,
Yes,
ready?
You start playing, I'll start talking.
Here we go.
Sometimes in life, people will tell you you don't deserve the honey that you want. But then again, you have to kill for what you need. Don't let anyone stand between you and your honey. Look at me. They said I'd never be in a horror film, and that I killed all those people, thanks to me and my friend Piglet. You just take that rabbit's ears, you snort a line, and you believe. And now I'm rumbly my tumbly with vengeance.
There we go, Cocaine Bear.
Vengeance.
Oh, did I break Jake again?
Yeah. It was the rumbly, the tumbling vengeance.
For me, it was the key change. She said, "Look at me," and the key change. Look at me. Do. Oh, that's a new weekly segment. I've got 8 pieces of music here.
Could you read me a bedtime story as Cocaine Bear, please, Ryan?
Oh. Oh dear. Shall I tell you what that music was called? Night Driving.
That's the only way I do drive.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I want another one.
Go on.
Oh, number between 1 and 8.
Go on, Ash, you pick.
5.
Okay.
Okay, let's give it a listen.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised. In the playground is where I killed most of my days.
Sorry, I can't even start doing that. No, I just can't. Oh God.
This is killing me. Right, what's going on? Where are we going? What's going on?
I don't know, but if the
all
BBC
need
asks
Ryan
me
to
to do the
do
next CBB story, then don't be surprised, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan Speaks Geek, and I'm here to read you a story with my friend Cocaine Bear. Not gonna
To Kill a
happen.
Mockingbird, Chapter 1.
Oh.
Sleep well, children.
What's actually going on this week? What's happening this week coming out?
Well, obviously, we have got. Is it this week? What are the Into Spider-Verse comes out? Across the Spider-Verse. Is that this week?
No, it's next week.
Oh,
It's not this week coming. If it is, I've messed up my dates massively.
Release date 2nd of June.
Oh, it is this week.
It is this
Oh
week.
man.
Friday.
Friday.
Well, I'm gonna have to rearrange some stuff then. I'm gonna have to rearrange some stuff.
That is a film I'm very much looking forward to.
I cannot wait. I absolutely cannot wait.
Fast X.
The
I'm
seventh.
going to see Fast X this week as well.
Yeah, I want to see that.
You know what? I'm actually not going to go and watch Fast X. I'm going to re-watch every single movie from 1 to 10 because I want to see what the storyline's like how fluid the storyline is. Because I know we take the mick and say about how exaggerated things are and stuff, but I wouldn't mind betting that there has to be some kind of consistency there,
There is, and then they're in space.
Yeah, the consistency is that there is a car in every film. That's it.
And someone does say something about family.
Do you know what? There's actually a video of Michelle Rodriguez, and I love Michelle Rodriguez. I think she's phenomenal. But there's actually a video of her mocking how many Marvel films are made. As in, come on, can you? How many did I have to make? Surely, and it's really,
Self-awareness there.
really, as big part of the Fast and Furious franchise.
It should be called Fast and the Zombies because the amount of people that have come back from the dead in this film, like this film series, is actually unreal. You can't take anyone's death seriously now. Not that I ever did, really, to be fair, but
I saw something online that I thought was quite funny. I'm gonna see if I can find it before we finish up. Sorry, you can talk.
all right. Thanks, teacher. Ash, teacher said we could talk and then have class outside.
I was laughing at the comments to read Kill a Mockingbird in Cocaine Bear's voice.
I might start my own audiobook company and I just reread every book but just as Cocaine Bear. Maybe I should start a TikTok which is just exclusively Cocaine Bear does film quotes.
Yeah, just literally quote films. Didn't you do that with Moss?
I did start for a while, and then you know what I'm like with making videos. I sort of got busy, and then was like, I'll come back to that. I was doing Moss at the movies because I did Snakes on a Plane, Jaws, Elf. Yeah, I did all those as Moss. I did a couple of...
Right, 5 minutes before the end of the show, Viz has asked, Did Ash get a haircut?
You should have said no and just seen what happened. I'm joking.
So the meme that I saw was the Harry Potter Fast and Furious. Did you see this?
No.
No?
So if the Harry Potter films were named in the same way as the Fast and Furious films, the first one would be called The Harry and the Potter. The second one would be Two Harry, Two Potter. The third would be The Harry and the Potter Azkaban Prisoner. Fourth would be Harry and Potter. Fifth would be Harry 5. The sixth would be Harry and Potter 6. And then the seventh would be Potter 7. And when you put it in that context, it's how ridiculous the films are. I was
waiting for Harry Potter Tokyo Drift, but
I just like Two Harry, Two Potter. Well, no, Tokyo Drift is The Harry and the Potter Azkaban Prisoner.
Oh,
because the Harry and the Potter is the
movie.
first one, and then the Harry and the Potter Azkaban Prisoner is the third one. But it's when you put it into context like that, it's kind of like that's how ridiculous the like Fast X and Furious 5 and all that kind of stuff. Like it just doesn't.
To be fair, at
make
least
sense.
they've been consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, and that is the thing, isn't it? That really
It's
is
not
a
like
thing.
Alien, Aliens, Alien Cubed, Alien Resurrection.
No. Alien that doesn't have any aliens and instead these big kind of dudes with like heads.
We'll call it Prometheus.
Oh, I hate that film so much. I did, but you got to bear in mind that like I was a kid of the 80s, so I grew up watching Alien, and then Aliens came out, and it was like there's loads of them, and there's a team, and there's big guns, and then there was like Alien 3. Was it? No, Aliens was the one with the big claw, wasn't it? The big, or was that Alien 3?
Queen.
Yeah.
Alien Queen. Alien 3 goes back to just being one singular alien.
Yes. Yeah.
Alien Resurrection is the one where Ripley is cloned, and there's a lot of very weird stuff in it, but quite a fun romp.
I even liked Alien Resurrection, like, but then like all of those films, and then it just kind of got like it almost got kind of Nightmare on Elm Street ish, where it was kind of like, this is ridiculous. This is so far from the original thing, but it's still cool because it's Freddy Krueger. It's still cool because it's aliens. And then Prometheus came out, and I was like, what? It'd be
Weirdly,
like
what
having
would
a
have been
Freddy.
the best film they could have made would have been Alien Isolation.
Do you know what? Prometheus for me was the same as if they'd done a Freddy Krueger film and then they'd come out with a Freddy Krueger film that was around a priest in a church and had nothing to do with Freddy Krueger, but called it Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'd love to see them take Alien and Predator and give it to the people that made the Clone Wars TV series and get them to make a CGI like Alien and Predator, like mixed universe kind of thing.
I want to see a Starship Troopers Aliens crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if it would be scary in the Alien, like in the Clone Wars thing. Did you ever see the Dead Space anime that they came out in the film? See, that's what I've always had in my head for an Aliens,
that'd be good.
Alien Predator animated series. I'm always surprised it hasn't had that same kind of like the animated film, especially because the new Mortal Kombat films are brutal, like animated films, and they're decent.
Yeah.
They are obviously we are getting an Alien series, which would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I am a sleep therapist.
I
love Freddy.
Yeah, me too.
See, Whispers come in and said, should Ridley Scott have done a Prometheus 2 instead of doing another Alien-esque film due to audience pressure and making a mediocre sci-fi film rather? Yeah, I quite like that Alien film though. That
Covenant.
About the one where the alien jumps on the windshield and
that's Alien Covenant with Danny McBride.
Yeah, I quite like that one. I'm not going to lie. I didn't mind that.
That was decent. I'm more annoyed they didn't make Neil Blomkamp's vision for the Alien film. That it was just a direct sequel to Aliens, and there was concept art released for it, and it was like Ripley, and it was also Hicks. They were both in it, and Hicks had all the scarred thing. It looked so good, and it was all looking good, and then Ridley Scott was like, no, because I'm making 47 Prometheus sequels. And they were like, but you're not, are you? And then he didn't. And so Neil Blomkamp's thing, which was looking awesome, got put aside and is now cancelled. And now they're doing an Alien series, which I think will be good. But I'm just gutted that we got teased at a really good sequel to Aliens that is now not going to be made ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad times.
All right, Whisper was. He just said, "What about the Star Wars question above?" So let's just jump on that one quickly because I missed it. Was the balance of the Force Vader's reign when he was killing Jedi's rather than him destroying the Sith? Was the prophecy misread like Yoda said in Episode 3? Well,
If he reads like he speaks.
Yeah. He definitely misread it because he speaks funny.
He jumps to the end of the book. Save them, you will.
You know what? When it comes to the Force and balance of the Force and everything, I'm holding on to this fan theory that I read about Grogu and how Grogu and Anakin actually were born around the same time when you work out the timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And Anakin was born for the dark side, Grogu was born for the light side, and that's the balance. That's the kind of thing.
Interesting
I
concept.
just think it's a cool concept, and when you actually look at the age brackets of it and how old Grogu is in Mandalorian, and then you take it back, like it all works out around the same time. And I think that's too much of a coincidence for there not to be some kind of idea in it or some kind of plot in it, even if it was just put there as in, I'm going to put this here, we're not going to make anything of it, but there's potential to bring this up later on.
Which would be a very Filoni, Favreau type thing to do.
Yeah. And it's also a way of solidifying Grogu as a permanent fixture in the Star Wars universe, regardless of time and scale and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. And on that note, is there anything you guys want to add before we kind of round up? Because we've gone past, we're like a minute past when we'd usually round up. But I know we did start a little bit late, so.
No, I don't have anything to add, really. I think I've said all I can say today. I'm going to be cancelled off YouTube, dropping a C-bomb, but I regret nothing.
Yeah. It's been fun while it lasted. Ryan, we really enjoyed having you here.
Our former friend, Ryan Speaks Geek. No,
yeah, you're not good for our good friend Ryan Speaks Geek. You're like that guy, Ryan.
That guy that used to be on the Geek Week in Review.
Oh.
He who shall not be named.
we just add him to the
Harry Potter. Harry. Sorry.
Harry Potter is dead.
You put your faith in me. Such a weird line, isn't it?
Out of context, that line sounds so creepy.
It has been a proper random one this week. We have tried to string it together with.
I would shave my head in Ryan's memory. Son of a bitch.
You know, you have like Movember and you have like dry January. You can have like bold May, bold April, whatever, to honor Ryan's memory. It's been a good fun. We've just messed around. But we are very excited for Into the Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse. I cannot wait for that film. I'm so pleased that this series, this corner of the universe, has got legs, because I think it's just going to be amazing. If the first one's anything.
Oh, you could have said something really cool then. You could have been looked at the camera and gone like, I hope this, I'm glad this franchise got legs because I'm in the mood for walking. And then you could have cut it.
Yeah. Right, let's see if we can do our outro without all awkwardly being here at the end after the camera. Do check us out over on social media. We do appreciate all the follows and friendships and all that kind of stuff. Do check out geekweekinreview.co.uk. That still needs to be updated with our new brand and everything, but it will happen. I've been told this week, so hopefully it will be up there this week. But yeah, it's much appreciated. We do appreciate everyone joining in wherever it is in the world that you're watching from and whatever channel you're watching it on. We do appreciate it. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Till next week. Keep it geek.